Yo, what is happening, real estate agents? Thanks for tuning in today. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can outmarket your competition for only 500 bucks a month. Now, with that being said, what you're going to have to do, some of the things that are included within that 500 bucks is you got to create video content. I'm going to show you how you can create video content, match that up with 500 bucks a month, and you will absolutely blow your competition away. Nobody's doing this, blows my mind. But I'm going to show you how you can do it and really position yourself, your brand in a way in your farming areas and your SOI where people are just going to want to start naturally working with you. Really make you this like, I'm going to give you the way to an unfair advantage over here. If you don't know me, my name is Mike. I am one of the co-founders at Ground Zero. The whole point of this channel is not to sell you guys anything, but just to help you agents who want to learn a little bit more about branding and marketing and video content creation and how to really stand out online to grow your brand, your business, create more conversations so you can close more transactions for your business. This is the spot to learn all that stuff. So if you like that type of stuff, you want to learn more about that type of stuff, please click the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications so that you could be aware each time we drop a new video. We try to drop a video each week. All right, so agents, the big thing about this whole thing for this whole strategy to work is you got to be willing to create video content. And yes, I know video content is scary to get on camera, see how you sound, hear how you look, even though it's backwards, but you get it. I know it's scary. It's already taken me like 15 attempts to just make it this far in the video. So I understand it takes some time, but you get better as things go on. And the reason I'm going on my 16th take now is because I understand the importance of, you put these videos out online and it only takes the right person, one right person at the right time to see the video to ultimately say, hey, I vibe with this person. I want to reach out to them and just see what maybe that they could do for me. And then a conversation gets started. And so I just see the importance in that. What I want you to view social media as and being able, like when you create video content, you're putting it out there, is don't look at it as a place where it's like, I'm trying to get leads or I'm trying to get, this, like where you're just looking for a return. Look at it as in a place where you're trying to create something. Like, I think the right approach for social media is look at it as in you're trying to create parasocial relationships with people. You're not trying to get leads. You're trying to create relationships, because what social media is at the base foundation of it, it was created for a place for people to connect. I mean, we've always been limited by where we live and things like that to who we can actually connect with. But now social media has given us ability to connect with people literally all over the world. Are people who are next door that we just haven't run into yet. We share the same interests, the same likes, the same hobbies, and now we can get connected through social media. So think about social media as a place where you are just trying to create parasocial relationships with people. And then I think you take that approach, leads just become a byproduct of that as well too. So, some of the problems that agents I think experience with creating content online or just being online is, the first thing is your content doesn't reach anybody. Maybe you've created some videos, but it just seems that when you post them, it doesn't really actually do anything. Maybe only a couple people, it seems like, see your videos and you get like a like or a comment or something like that. But it's nothing really where it seems like, man, this is moving the needle forward. I'm going to show you how to solve that problem as well. Maybe you're just spending a little bit too much money. You want to see how you can lower that cost but still get a great effective return on what you're doing. The last thing is maybe you're just not doing anything yet and you just need a little bit of instruction to show you what to actually do. So we're going to solve all that stuff in here. So the first thing that you need to be doing as an agent, yes, we already mentioned this, is creating video content. But why? Why do I need to create video content as an agent? I just think that there is no better vehicle that you could use to get people to know, like, and trust. Like, it's statistics. People like me and you are spending hours every single day on our cell phones consuming information on social media. So why not create content that's going to get in front of people where they are spending the most amount of time? And I think video has done a great job. Like, there's people that I see online that I feel like I know and I like and I trust just because I've seen their video content, but I've never seen them actually in person. So I think that's an important factor as an agent, is you could be building a ton of relationships with people without ever having to have met them, just through creating a video content on a consistent basis, And I actually truly believe that content, when you're creating video content and you're getting it online, it can amplify everything else that you're doing. I mean, think about it. If you're cold calling and the people that you are calling are seeing your content as well too, like think about how the relationship could be different from then. Or when you're going and you're door knocking, the person that answers the door recognizes you from a video that they saw online, like it can completely restructure how everything gets done. Like, oh my God, I've seen you on your videos and this and this. I loved about what you did right there. Now it seems a whole lot less like the walls are breaking down a little bit when you're going in front of people. So that's something that I think as well too. The whole goal of content though, before we kind of dive into what you could be creating your content about, are just like the pillars for it. The whole goal of content is you want people to see your video content and you say, that's my type of person. You know, you want them to know that you're an expert, that you know your real estate stuff, the communities that you work in, but ultimately you want them to see your content and say, that's my type of person. So that's the goal with everything. So with that in mind, as an agent, what do you need to avoid when creating content? I think there's really two big things. Is a lot of agents right now, they want, and I understand this completely because creating content does take some time and this saves a bunch of time, but it's scripts and R&Ding everything. So a lot of agents, they just want to depend on scripts, which they are given from, companies that are giving the same script to 10 other thousand agents, and everybody's saying the same thing. Now back to what is the point of social media? It's to create these parasocial relationships. Now, normally those are done by people who, the connection happens through likes, like they have the same interest that you do or the same likes as you do. Now, if you're reading a script and you're just reading what somebody tells you to do, that's not very authentic to you. It's not what maybe you would say or your own twist on stuff. So I'd stay away from scripts for that very reason. And also the same thing with R&D, like ripping off and duplicate is another thing a lot of agents want to do. They want to see someone else who made a video and then just upload that same video or same script and put the same thing to it, but it's just now them saying it. So again, whole point of social is to get people to know, like, and trust you, not somebody else's type of content. And I think it's really hard to build that, like, this is my type of person factor into your content when you're just trying to copy and take the easy way out of things. And that's just my twist. Now, scripts and R&D, do you stay away from them completely? No, integrate them into what you do. But I think it's important with those that you're putting your own twist to it. And then the second mistake that I want you to avoid with your content is just making everything all about real estate and always selling. I think that I do not mean to sound mean, but a lot of agents are always just saying, the market's great. It's a great time to buy. The inventory's low. It's a great time to sell. It's always a great time to buy and it's always a great time to sell. Online to some agents. Like, stay out of that. Like, be different. Like, that's the easy way out of just creating content, is just letting your clients know or letting your followers know it's a great time to sell or it's a great time to buy. Stay away from that. Like, I think the big thing with content, obviously, like, you want people to say, yes, this is my type of person, but think about the content that you watch online. I think it revolves around two things that are very, very important. It's either educating you on something, like there's a subject or something that you want to learn more about, and that the content you're watching online is either it's educating you about that certain type of topic, or it's entertaining. Like, you just come across something and it's entertaining type content. So that's why you want to watch. So when you're creating content, think about those two things. Is how can I make this a little bit more educational, or how can I make this more entertaining? Because those are the two big things that I think are going to get people to want to watch your content more. Something that you might be struggling with as an agent with creating content is you really just don't know what to create your videos about. And what I'm going to give you right here is 3 different pillars that I think that you can consistently choose from. Now, something else on a side note is, how many times do I post a week? I don't think there is a correct right amount of times to post per week. I think somewhere between 3 to 5 is pretty good. Not to sound overwhelming. Some people can post more than that. If you would like to post more than that, post more than that, but just stay authentic to you. But I think 3 to 5 is a good point of time per week. And these 3 pillars that I'm giving you, I think this will help you to, oh, okay, I can talk about this day, this day, and here's this day. And the 3 different pillars that I think are, you have your personal, you have your community, and you have your real estate. And you could choose one each week, boom, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that you choose from. But your personal type content is going to be the stuff that, like, really, it's personal. It makes you you. Like, what are the things that make you you? your hobbies. Do you like to go surfing? Do you do jiu-jitsu or MMA? Do you like to go to the gym? Spend time with family? What are your character traits? Like the things that make you you again. Like, do you wear a certain type of color? The weird little quirky character traits that you have. The experiences and moments that you are going on as well too. Did you take a vacation with a family, a loved one, with friends? Did you capture your kid in a moment where they just, what is the right word, like hit a home run in little league or something like that? But the whole point of that personal type content is, again, back to the point. People, social is about connectedness. There's going to be someone else that sees that piece of content and says, man, they do the same thing that I do. Like, I remember my kids this past weekend in their softball games, and they build a connection through that. Or I surf with my friends on the weekend, or I value fitness and working out, or I just went and had this experience and moment, and they chime in, and that's what creates conversation as well too. But that type of content, the first type is personal. So being able to pull content ideas from that. The second thing is community type content. And this community type content, it's super, super simple. It's going to local businesses and talking about the local businesses in your community. You don't have to necessarily get the owner. You can go in with your iPhone and talk about, hey, we're here at this business. They offer this, they do this, and just make it super simple. You can get the owners involved if you'd like to as well too, but this is just going to help you get known as the resource for people. Neighborhoods, like going into the neighborhoods in the community that you work in and highlighting, hey, these are the top 3 neighborhoods in your Belinda that you need to know about, or this is the neighborhood with the most amount of homes for sale, or come tour this neighborhood with me, it's a brand new one. So showing neighborhood stuff, the go-to spots, what are the go-to spots in your community for people to entertain themselves? Brewery X right here. You got the local new town center. Like, what are the places in your community that you can highlight for that just help people to like get spots on where to go? We're always, as humans, trying to find new spots to be able to go and hang out and entertain ourselves. So be the person, the resource for that. And also like schools and community events and resources like that as well too. So that's all the community type content that you could be creating. And then lastly is the real estate. And this could be tips on the current state of the market. It could be tips for buyers and sellers. It could be predictions on where you think the market's going to be going. It can be busting myths. If everyone thinks that, this certain types of thing because they're getting told this and it's a lie and you want to address that, like, perfect time. But those are the 3 different types of content that I think that you should be pulling from, is that personal, community, and the real estate. And then just aiming to create 3 to 5 pieces a week. And I think that what you could do is you can spend one day on Monday or bi-weekly to just shoot all this different type of content. So you don't have to do it on a daily basis. You do it one day per week. You shoot, you got, okay, this week I'm going to be talking about this, all my personal stuff, this in the community and this in real estate. You got 3 right there. Boom, shoot the 3 videos. You're good for the whole week. You can knock them out in like under an hour with thinking about what you're going to talk about, writing a quick little outline, and then shooting the video, getting it edited. All that stuff is very, very easy. Now, the most important thing in your whole content will be consistency. Like, you're not going to make one video and everybody's just going to automatically say that they love you now, want to work with you. People need to see you consistently. Like, think about the people that you love online. It's because you see their content consistently. Like, if they would have created one video, but you never would have seen anything else from them ever again, the relationship never would have ascended, never would have gotten to the place of where it is now. So if you want your viewers to, ascend their relationship with you, they need to consistently being able to see your content. So don't be good for 1 week and then shitty for 2 weeks and then good for 1 more week. And at the end of the month, you're saying, why isn't anything working? Well, it's because you're not actually working. You need your content done on a consistent basis. So at this point, you got some content done. Now, the consistency is the important thing, but this is where the magic that I'm going to show you actually really starts to happen. And it's with the distribution of getting your content actually in front of people that are in your sphere of influence, your database, your local farms that you're in, old people that you want to get in front of, because content's great, but algorithms suck. Like, I will say that is because unfortunately the way that the algorithm works is that only 15 to 20% of your audience actually sees your content. So if you're creating great content, which I know that you are when you just create it within your personal, the community, and the real estate, it's important to maximize its potential of being seen. So Right now, I'm actually going to open up my laptop and I'm going to show you how you can get your content in front of people in your farm, your SOI, your database on a daily basis for 500 bucks a month, and how you can really start to outmarket your competition. So pay attention. You're going to want to watch. All right, guys, so where we're going to want to go when you get onto your laptop is business.facebook.com. And it should bring you to here. I got a couple different accounts that I'm in. Let me get to the right one. Now, so the great thing with social is it is a very effective place to still be able to advertise on a budget. You know, just like I mentioned earlier, in that the algorithm, you only see about only 15 to 20% of your followers actually see your content. You just got to pay to play the game. You know, social media knows that businesses were taking advantage of organic reach for a while, and the whole way that they make money is through advertising. So sometimes we got to spend a little bit of money to be able to actually get our content distributed in front of the people that we want it to. So I'm going to show you guys how you can spend 500 bucks a month right now to use all that awesome content that I just, we kind of talked about how to create to really outmarket your competition. So hopefully you guys can all see my screen right here, and where we're going to want to go is to Ads Manager. I'm just going to show you guys how to create a simple campaign for $15 a day that you can spend, and $15 a day times 30 is 500. So that's the budget that we're working with. Let me get over to the right account. I'm going to just show you guys in our actual personal account. We're doing the same thing. You can see the ad right here on the top is every single day we spend money to get our content in front of people in the areas that we want to work within. So, with you, if you work in a specific type of city that you want, you can get your content just in front of those people. So you can see right here was we're trying to get in front of Orange County real estate agents. But let me just start from the top. So what you're going to want to do, and if you want to put this video on pause and you want to get another monitor right next to you, so you can kind of walk by and do this step by step, I would recommend that, putting it on pause. I do that for a lot of videos with where you got to do stuff online. So the first thing that you're going to want is it's going to give you a couple different campaign objectives. So how we got here is we're hitting create, that button right there, and we are creating our campaign. Now it gives you a couple different options. It gives you awareness, show your ads to people who are most likely to remember them, traffic, engagement, get more messages, video views, post engagement, page likes, leads, app promotion, sales. The two that I think that you should choose is either going to be awareness or engagement. The ones that I like to choose engagement. I want people to engage with the videos. That means like, comment on them, and engage with them. So I typically do engage, but awareness is good too. It's the same thing. We want our ads to get in front of people who are going to remember them as well too. So it's good for reach, brand awareness, video views, and stuff like that. So you can pick either one of these two. There is no right, there is no wrong. Don't overthink it. For this sakes, we will choose awareness. You can name your campaign. So at the campaign name level, like, this is super simple. I would just name it something like local farming content. And this is just the name of your campaign right here, local farming content. The next part down is the special ad categories. And this has actually messed a lot of people up with Facebook ads, because Facebook, I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, they used to allow you to advertise your real estate content to any person in, you didn't have to have this 15-mile plus thing. That was the big thing, was the Fair Housing Act, is that people would have listings, but they were only advertising the listing in like a 2-mile square radius. And, the Fair Housing Act thought that was not fair, that people, well, what about the people who live 5 or 6 miles outside of that radius, but they are not getting the same opportunity to see that house because you're not advertising it to them. So this is where a lot of confusion came in with people creating content and wanting to distribute it online. Is, look, you only have to turn this special ad categories on when you have a real estate listing. Ads for real estate listings, homeowners insurance, mortgage loans, or other related opportunities. So if you are just creating content that is simply educating and entertaining people, it does not fall under that. Now, it was a big confusion as people stepped away from wanting to create content or advertise their content because they didn't think that they would be able to get it in front of people just in their selected city anymore. Correct. If you have a listing, you have to use the 15 miles plus. But if you don't have a real estate listing, you can still advertise within neighborhoods or cities that you want your content to get seen within. So we are not going to be collecting or creating that. The next thing you want to do is you want to create an advantage campaign budget. So it will distribute your budget. See, because there's going to be a lot of different ads that we have in here, and what the ads are is just different pieces of content. So it would be a big hassle for you have to come in here every single 2 to 3 days and create a new campaign because you have a new piece of content that you created. So instead of having to do that, is you can just have one campaign that all your different pieces of content go out to, and you tell Facebook, hey Facebook, look, here's all my different video ads. You just get these out in front of people rather than me have to go out and create a new campaign for each one. So you want to click that on, and then we're going to tell it how much that we want to spend per day. So $15 a day. So ad set name, we are going to put, let's just say I'm in the Orange County area and I want people in Yorba Linda and let's say Placentia, Yorba Linda, Placentia, and Fullerton. Those are the three, let's say that those are my 3 farming areas that I really want people to see my content in, so that's what I'm going to name it. Select your Facebook page, the date that you want it to start and stop, start dates today. You don't have to necessarily put an end date. Now this is where we come in and do it. So locations, hit edit, delete the US because we don't want everybody in the US seeing this stuff. We only want people that are living in this location. That's important. You want to make sure you mark this. People living are recently in this location. People are recently in. We want people who live in these areas that to see our content. So the first one is Fullerton. Just type in Fullerton. You'll see it. It's one of the first places that come up. Current city only. Yorba Linda. Placentia. So there we go. We got our 3 places right here. Ages 18 to 65. I would change that. I mean, this is really up to you, knowing a little bit more about who your audience is, though. I just know that people between like the age of probably 30 in these areas aren't really looking to buy or sell. So we can see here, and maybe I would go like, yeah, we could keep 65 plus on. You can see the audience size. It's between 108 and 127,000 people that it has this size. Now, I always hit manual placements. You can really do and play around with it what you want right here, but I just tell it where I want people seeing my content. So I don't want people seeing it in search or messages or all these different places. Like people can see it on Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, Facebook Stories, Instagram Stories. I don't want it being on the Explore pages or on the video feeds. I wanted people being able to see it on Facebook feed, Instagram Stories, Facebook Stories, and Instagram Reels and Facebook Reels. I don't want any of this stuff. So those are the different placements that I like to choose. So you can see, super simple here. We are jamming through. So now you got the areas that you want people to see. People live in this location. You got Fullerton, Placentia, Yorba Linda. You scroll down. You chose some of the age, all genders. We don't need to really mess around with detailed targeting and languages and all that. Switch the placements to the places that you want people. I'm going to say Facebook feed, Instagram feed, the stories, and the reels are the best place, hands down, that you can choose. So now we go to next. So you have already here, you've already posted your content to your page and it's already on there. So now what you come is you're just going to choose your Facebook page, choose your Instagram account, and then you're going to go to, instead of create ad, right here where it goes ad setup, you're going to go to use existing post. Use existing post. And you go to select post. Whatever place that you posted it to, I typically post more to my Instagram than I do my Facebook. So we come over to Instagram. So if you include audio or this is an important thing that I need to highlight right now because this is actually really important. When you post your reels and you're posting your content to your page, it is super important that you do not use audio or any filters and stuff like that, because you cannot use that piece of content to then create an ad when it has audio or filters and stuff in it. So if you want to use audio in your video, make sure that it's in the video, not from Instagram, that it's already into the video, not when you upload your reel to Instagram and now you have to, and you're adding the audio. So when you come here, you can just scroll down and you'll be able to see your posts. So here, boom. This is a recent thing that we did. Are you struggling to create engagement on your content? And I want to get this in front of people right here. You don't need to touch anything. Now, it'll always do this when you're using that. I always hit publish and it has to like load for a second, and then I just refresh it because Facebook's weird and I can't control that. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. And right here, now you can see the post.
If you're a real estate agent and you're struggling to get engagement on your content, here's a couple of reasons why that might be. The first,
there's the post that we want, and then you'll just hit publish. Now, I'm not going to hit publish because I already have this one created in a post or in an ad from the previous one, but that's all you would need to do is then you hit publish. I'll just hit it for old sakes, fun and games here. And then it's going to go into review phase where you see that it's processing. But then you'll have, so it says no ads, and it's because that this one is processing. But that's all you need to do. And then you can come back, you go into that same campaign, you can hit edit, still exam and change your post, and then go to the next post. So every single week, if you're creating 3 to 5 different pieces of content, let's say from Monday to Friday, you have 3 to 4 different pieces that go out. Every single week on Sunday, I go into Business Manager on Facebook, and all the content that I created from the previous week, I now put into this campaign, and I want it to get seen in front of people. And in the next week, I'll take all those pieces of content out of the campaign and I'll upload the new ones into the campaign set. So you can see how this works. And then you can see like right here, let me show you an existing one. So we go over to like the one that I have that's active, and you can see, and like right now I only have it being shown as of the stuff that's today. But like, let's just see like the last 14 days, for example. And every single day we are spending $10. And in the past 14 days, we've reached 2,000 people. And that's fantastic. We've reached 2,000 people for $38 in the past 14 days. And I'll take that. It's a super small audience of who we're trying to go after. So one thing to note, the smaller the audience size is what you're telling Facebook is that the more important that audience is to you. Like if you have an audience of 1,000 people versus 1,000,000 people, like you're telling Facebook like the audience is so small, it's because these 1,000 people are really, really valuable to me. Like this audience size is really, really small of realtors in Orange County, so that's why it's a little bit more expensive to me. You won't really just be going after realtors, you're going after everybody. So your advertising costs will be a lot cheaper than this. But you can see now I'm getting my content in front of people every single day that are real estate agents in Orange County, people in my audience. So that's important. And guys, this is how you're going to be able to win, is you're creating your content, you're coming in here into Facebook, and this content gets seen on Facebook and Instagram, the 2 biggest platforms that people are spending the most amount of time on every single day. So you see how this could work for you for spending $500 a month. You're coming here, you're creating these campaigns, you're spending $15 a day to get your content in front of people. You're creating amazing content. It's getting seen. People are saying, I love this type of person. I love what they're creating. It's entertaining. It's educating. And then all of a sudden one day they want to buy or sell a home. Who do you think is the first person that they are going to think of to want to buy or sell from? It's going to be you, because your content has been consistently in front of them, showing them, not just telling them all the awesome and amazing things that you can do for them. So guys, that is how you can outmarket your competition for $500 a month every single month, and how I believe that you are going to create more opportunities for yourself in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months down the line, to where your competition is going to be so jealous of the amount of transactions that you guys are closing. So I hope you got some value from that. I know this video was a little bit longer, and I appreciate you guys for watching. If you like this video, please like it, comment what you liked below, comment what you didn't like below, and also maybe some things that you want to see in the future. But thank you guys for being here. Hope you have a great rest of your day.